sports talk, coast to coast. Let's talk about this choke job that James Harden put up. And Embiid had the nerve to say, we can't just win with me and James. Nigga, you ain't passing nobody else the ball. What do you mean you can't win with just you and James? Don't get me started. Look,
right?
Where's the damn bell at? Let me do like 12. First of all, how you gonna talk and you ain't even demanding the ball in the paint in the fourth quarter? You supposed to be the damn MVP. Second of all, you did this BS 2 years in a row. So how you got any room to say we can't win just James? They gave y'all pieces. Role players are shooting. Maxey was shooting. Harris was shooting. Hell, PJ Tucker was even throwing up threes, and y'all wasn't compensating by playing the way you should be, being a so-called MVP and won 6th Man of the Year at one time, being down in Houston, shooting people's lights off until win. Oh, the playoffs! James Harden told us, showed us who he really is, because he's who we thought he was, a damn choke artist. Okay, I'm done.
Joel Embiid is 0-5 in the semi playoffs.
Damn. You know what? I'm about to go on record on saying Embiid, Quell was a little perturbed or irritated, for lack of a better term. Maybe annoyed is a better word. That Joker got the MVP 2 years in a row. Well, at least Joker is more consistent than Embiid is in big games. Right. Now, true enough, this is only his first year going this deep into the playoffs, but the games that he did play in closeout games, he showed up. He's actually showed up in every game, if I'm not mistaken.
He does. You are correct. He does show up. It's just his impact. I will say that. He does show up consistently every time throughout the playoffs since the bubble. He showed up in the bubble. He was scoring in. But his impact does it actually change the game? That was my biggest thing. Does his scoring change the game?
Embiid letting old skip it. This is just gonna have to be a little explicit today. Embiid letting Al Horford's old 37-year-old ass guard him. Dude, you in your mid-20s, you 280, 7'2", and you letting this little 6'10", 6'11" little skinny guard who's barely got steps to follow you, guard you in the paint. Dude, you should be rolling over him like Shaq every time you get the ball. Quit playing, man. You're supposed to be the MVP. You're supposed to be the dominant center of the East. You ain't showing it. You playing like Aiden. Oops, maybe that was a bit too harsh. But still. I told y'all I had a couple, and I might not be done yet.
I think want to give Jason Tatum his credit, though. He has only lost one game 7, and that's against LeBron James. Any other time, he's never lost a game 7.
He's only lost one game 7, but how many has he been in? Out of 85 playoff games before he's 26, and only one trip to the finals. I guess 3 and 4. I guess you got to give him credit for that. But tell me if you feel the same way, Tony. If Boston wins the championship this year, who cares? Because the amount of times that they've lost in the playoffs, it kind of takes the excitement away from them. It took them this long, and they've been to the finals and the Eastern Conference Finals this many times. It kind of takes the sting away of who they won. I mean, at this point, I'd rather see Denver or the Lakers win based on the road that the Lakers had to take, being the number 8 seed, beating all, Morant and the Grizzlies, beating Steph and the Warriors, and if they beat Denver and go to the finals and end up beating whoever team, I'd rather see the Lakers or Denver win than Boston. I'd even rather see Miami win than Boston, because Boston's been there too many times, and it just kind of takes the excitement, the sting, the spark away from me. I mean, I don't know if anybody else feels the same way. That's how it is for me. I think it would be a letdown if the Celtics won the damn title this year.
It would be.
Yeah, I feel you, Cliff. I hear you. It feels like, it's like, to your point, it's like they win. It's like, okay, and well, because I think we got to face it. Teams are just not what they used to be. Especially with Boston. I'm just pick on Boston because, to your point, they've been in the playoffs more than any other team. Sorry, Golden State in the past, 5-6 years. They've been in the playoff way more than anybody else. And usually, once you get that playoff experience, you tend to, up at another level. Boston continues to fade to black. I don't know what the hell is wrong with them, but teams these days, they're just not, they don't have that edge. They're not dominant like they used to be. And I'm not talking about just the Bulls. I mean, the Lakers. I mean, all these teams, they have been dominant.
The 80s Celtics, the 90s Rockets, the 90 Bulls,
the Spurs,
the early 2000s Spurs and Lakers. I mean, those teams were dominant. Those teams blew you out. Quail, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't the Lakers go 15-1 with Shaq and Kobe the last year that they won that championship? In the playoffs, they only lost one game in the playoffs. I'm gonna ask you first, Quail. Remember, and I really hate to give this dude a pass, but remember when Embiid threw Ben Simmons under the bus and he wasn't the same after that? Do you think this statement that he just made about him and Harden can't do it alone is going to affect the teammates around him that actually are playing? Do you think that's going to have an effect on them, or is this something that can blow over? He can be like, I was in the moment, whatever.
What player?
Any players. Because he just said, because you pointed out in the chat, that MB said that me and Harden can't play alone, or we can't do it alone. Do you think this is going to affect the other players around him, like Tobias Harris, Travis,
Maxey? Want to acknowledge just what it answered. You know what it's going to do. Yeah.
Right.
What are we talking about?
I mean, but everybody's not like Ben Simmons. Do you think that it can blow over? I mean, because this could possibly spill over into next season, and they won't even be contenders because the other people were like, okay, I don't want to play with this dude no more because he's making these kind of comments.
They won't do all that. But like Damian Lillard said, huh?
Right.
Right. Huh? Right. Damian Lillard said, huh? With a question mark on his Twitter. Yeah, that's what everybody's saying. Huh?
What you think, OJ?
Right.
I mean, because I know Ben Simmons is a whole nother avenue because his had more to do with him getting booed in Philly because he missed shots and free throws and being, picked on the road. So, I mean, these are different type of players, but when you're MVP, a.k.a. team captain, highest paid player on the team, says some junk like this, how do you come back from that? Embiid just said this about other players that's on the team now, like Maxey, Harris, P.J. Tucker, people coming off the bench that was contributing. He's basically saying that they didn't help.
I would say they will lose confidence, and if I'm the dominant person, I'm going to eat. He didn't eat. Game 6 or Game 7. You can't, and you want to be the MVP. How you not going to show up? That's your time to shine.
Exactly, and that's what I pointed out about Joker. Like I said, Quail was a little annoyed that he got it 2 years in a row, but Joker, we can actually say that he shows up night in and night out. He don't disappear. Even if he's not scoring, he's playing defense, blocking shots, and getting assists, right?
Yeah. He does it on a consistent basis too.
Right.
Now we're talking about somebody not showing up. I don't know. We gotta compare this. This is a hard question. Who didn't show up more? Durant and Booker, or Embiid and Harden?
I'm gonna have to go with him. I'm gonna have to go with Embiid and Harden.
Me too.
Because Durant and Booker, they just got smacked. They just got beat. They got beat down.
They gave up.
Yeah, it was bad.
Booker had 15.
But both those games 6 and 7, Philly was right there, and they just, Embiid not touching the ball in the fourth quarter, Harden not hitting his shots or getting assists. Playing too much. They was playing too much like Durant and Westbrook was in OKC.
Yeah.
Not getting nobody else involved. Playing too much 2-on-5.
Booker had 12, by the way, and Durant had 23.
Yeah.
Man, God, that is a weak effort from an MVP, man. And Harden too. He ain't out there. You can't let him off the hook. God dang, dude.
Well, he's a former MVP.
I'm about to say he's a former MVP, but to be fair, Tony, he is who we thought he was. He sucks in the playoffs.
This is true. This is true. he surprised us a little bit, gave us a little razzle dazzle, and it they prevailed, but he decided to settle down into his old self, and here we go. Man, I don't know. I have no idea. Like, what, you got Embiid and you won't feed that boy? I'd be feeding him down low.
That's I bring this up all the time, and I'm gonna keep bringing it up until the end, until the day I die, like y'all said. That's like Russell Wilson handing or throwing the ball instead of handing it off to beast mode. It's just something.
This is true.
That's how bad it is. You got to throw it to your star in the crunch time. Well, Eric, I was about to ask you: is Tatum gonna show up every game against the Heat, or are we gonna get one night on, one night off?
Nope. There's gonna be one night and then 2 nights off.
I can't even disagree with that. Tony, are you giving Jason Tatum? And let me finish the question before you answer, because I know what you're going to say, but just listen to my question. Are you willing to give Jason Tatum a pass this year and see what he does based on the fact that some claim he was injured in the finals last year, but nobody said so? Do you think he's going to show up consistently against Miami?
I'm gonna let bygones be bygones, so to speak, a little bit. I'll say this: last year. We'll see if they've learned a little bit. I mean, they've had some success in the playoffs this year, but they've had success every damn year. So I'm trying to talk myself out of the thinking of why should this year be any different? Do I think that they've actually grown together as a team more than they have? Last year, I thought that they were the most put together, and that didn't turn out so hot. Man, he is exactly who we thought he was, man. It's hard to shake that one. He got to show me something different. So I don't know, man. I can't take that train with you, man. I'm just gonna sit back here at the back of the bus, and we're gonna wait and see what happens.
Well, I told you how I feel. Even if they win it, which I don't think they will, but even if they win it, it's like, who cares?
Right.
You're right. That's exactly my thought too. I mean, it's hard to win the championship. Let's just throw that out there. So if they do win it, bravo to them. Happy for them. But to your point, yeah, all the excitement is out of it because it's like you guys are taking like 5 bites at the apple and you just now win, and now it's like, oh, okay, it's not special.
Yeah, for real, they were in the finals, Tatum and Brown. They were in the Eastern Conference Finals at the age of 21.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So, and I mean, there's 5-6 years to pass by then. They've had some different coaches, some different pieces, but I just can't give them a pass based on their experience. There's just no way you shouldn't have put your foot on the gas by now and won one. They've been together too long. You think that it's more Durant's fault or Ayton's fault that Monty Williams was quote unquote dismissed?
I think it's just a new owner. He wants to put his imprint on the team. You see what he did with Durant. He gave up half the fund just to get him. So I think he just wants to blow it up, change directions. He's gonna keep Booker and keep Durant, and then he's gonna build around that.
Quail.
You already know my answer. I'm gonna go on my rant.
The people
that boy
don't know
DeAndre Ayton is trash, garbage, dog doo-doo, toilet water. Dookie, dirt.
I think the owner is trying to make his put his stamp on a team and do things his way, but at the same time, Durant in New York or in Brooklyn, Nash gets fired.
Right.
Durant in Phoenix, Monty Williams gets dismissed. Numbers don't lie.
Nope, they don't.
We'll see what happens. Quail, do you think that the owner's going to keep... No, OJ, do you think the owner's going to keep Booker and Durant? Well, of course he is. But do you think he's going to shop Ayton around to free up some of that capital so they can get some more... a third scorer on that team, because Ayton's not getting it done, especially down in the paint where he ain't doing nothing but folding up like a box of tissue anyway, as Quail says.
Well, I don't know what happened to Ayton, because it's funny how a year, everybody was singing his praises when he got drafted, and then he had a somewhat good showing when they made it. I think they didn't make it to the finals. I think they made it to the semifinals. But I don't know. Somewhere along the way, he's lost his confidence, and it just reared his head again. And this year, so I think they should just trade him, get what they can for him.
I'll tell you where he lost his confidence. He lost his confidence when Giannis was banging him down on the paint and he couldn't handle him. He was folding up like a dang ton of bricks. And look, Giannis used that dude every game in the dang finals.
Yeah.
He had a 50-piece, a 40-piece, a 50-piece, a 30-piece, and he was killing that dude on the boards. Once he played against Giannis, he ain't been the same since. All right, let's get to these picks. OJ, I'm going to start with you in the West. Denver or the Lakers, how many games?
I already told you, the Lakers in 6.
Quail, how many games is the Lakers going to take to beat the Nuggets? Because I already know you're picking the Lakers.
I actually, it's close. I thought about picking Denver only because I still don't believe Anthony Davis going to stay healthy. If he is the anchor of the team now and the leader, actually, which is crazy to say. But if he doesn't do good and rally the team, then they lose. So I picked the Lakers in 6 because if it goes to 7, I don't think the Lakers are going to win. Can't keep it going.
Eric.
Denver in 7. I think it's going to go full 7.
Tony.
See, I'm inclined to kind of side over here with Eric on this one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see that Denver team, as deep as they are and everyone's playing as well as they are, really just getting down, losing in 6 games. I just don't see it. I would like the Lakers to do it, but I see Denver coming out in 7.
Yeah. The scary thing is that this team is not as good as the bubble team, the Lakers team. Even though that they got great defense, they're not as good as the bubble team, actually.
Right. OJ, you said the Lakers in 6?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going with Denver in 5. I really don't think I don't really think the Lakers, especially with some of the inexperience that they got on their team, is going to be able to handle the onslaught of how deep Denver's bench is. Because they got people that their second unit can come out and score 30 and 40, and the starters can be like, yeah, okay, y'all gave us a 50-piece to work with. So I'm picking the Lakers in 5. Or not the Lakers, but the Nuggets in 5.
Denver, yeah.
Nuggets in 5.
Denver in 5? Damn.
Yep.
Ooh.
Damn.
You say they're going to put it on them.
I think it's gonna Denver's gonna win the first 2. They're gonna go to LA, probably lose 1, then win that 3rd game and bring it back home and win that 5th game at home. So, all right, Tony, I'm starting with you in the East.
Oh, okay.
Boston or Miami, and how many games?
OJ is gonna like this one because I'm picking Miami. I cannot trust Boston. Boston, I like the talent on Boston squad. Don't get me wrong, but I can't trust them, boy. I cannot trust them. So I say Miami keep this Cinderella thing going, and they knock them boys off in 7.
I can't believe I'm saying this.
Come on over to this side.
No, I'm gonna go to
you're going to Boston.
I don't trust Boston at all. But I gotta always go with who has the better talent and who's a better talented team. I always try and go with that squad. But my goodness, you can't trust Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown at this point. I say Boston 7 only, and I think Jason Tatum will get him over the top this time, and only because I don't trust OJ's bench more than I trust Jason Tatum. That it's either OJ's bench is gonna step up and do something, which I trust Jason Tatum to step up and do something more than I trust that bench. They ain't been in real games yet. They've been in these playoffs and they've been grinding, but this is a good team and it's the real deal. And somebody from Boston is always going to show up somewhat. It ain't gonna just be a shutdown where your stars ain't gonna show up. If anything, Jaylen Brown is gonna show up.
Miami is 6. I would have said 5, but okay, Boston will win a few. But Miami is 6.
OJ, Miami and how many?
Well, I said Miami at 6. I would say earlier, but I expect Boston to put up a fight. So, yeah, Miami at 6.
Quell makes some really good points. Miami got heart, OJ. I'll give us that. But they just really ain't play nobody. The Knicks, man, please. Like you said, they overachieve. The Bucks, Giannis was hurt. It's not an excuse, it's just a fact. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm gonna say this. Boston in 6, but my goodness, oh man, I think Tatum might actually get it done. Maybe this last series where he called the crowd out and got them involved, and they pushed them through with that 6 man in the building. I really do. I really want to pick Miami. But like Quell said, there's more talent on Boston. Miami's bench shows up when it feels like it. And I think that Boston is a better defensive team than anybody that they've played in these playoffs. So I got to pick Boston, unfortunately. Even though I want Miami to win, I just don't think they're going to get it done. I just don't.
Here's the knock on Tatum, which we all know. He thinks he's Steph Curry. Steph Curry. He thinks he's Steph Curry, and he falls in love with that 3 shot way too much, and he disappears when his team needs him most, and he's going to leave all the hard work and heavy work to Brown. And I just think that when you're playing a team like Miami, who's consistently been playing well in the playoffs too, with all this energy, I think you give them the opportunity to come in and steal games that they really probably shouldn't, but they're going to play more of a solid team ball. That's what I think. We'll see.
Yeah, and the other thing that nobody pointed out is Miami really doesn't have a big man to contest with Robert Williams. If Tyler Hero was playing, I'd give Miami a better shot. But based on the fact that y'all are missing those 20 and 10, I don't see it happening with Boston. Even with Boston's inconsistency, they're probably going to find a win. Like Quell said, their bench. Right, I'm about to say Boston. Quell said Boston, somebody always shows up. Even if it ain't Tatum or Brown, they got Marcus Smart, they got Robert Williams, you got Derek White shooting the 3, and even got that boy, I forgot his name, something with an M or a P coming off the bench shooting the ball. So I just think Boston's bench is just deeper. Like I said, I want Miami to win. They got heart. I respect what they've done so far, but I think Boston was going to get it done.
That man had a 50-piece on that.
And not doubling Jimmy Butler either. Or not putting
and that's the other knock on Tatum, Tony. If he's supposed to be the best player on their team, supposed to have all this upside, how come he's always shying away from guarding the best player on the other team?
Yeah, that's a good point.
You gonna pick Miami in 5, OJ? That's what you trying to change your pick? You gonna say 5? A gentleman's sweep?
No. I'm gonna stick with my respect, give himself for Boston. I'm gonna give him some respect, but I know my Heat probably gonna close them out. They might get 1 win, if that.
Damn, no respect, no real respect,
no real respect.
The disrespect.
Man, OJ, you basically spat in their face.
Whoa, man.
That's why I said Boston's good enough to, but I just think that they're going to settle back into old Boston, and that's where Miami is probably going to take advantage of them, exploit.
They're going to be the Buffalo Bills of the NBA. They can't get it done.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Well, no. The Suns already beat them to that. Well, one's the Bills and one's the Vikings. So take your pick.
Right. Yeah, right.
Don't do it.
Vikings,
damn, Tony, that's kind of low.
That is low, man. Why you got to do that?
Man,
why you gonna play my team?
Man, I like the Vikings too. I want them to get their crap together, but they just ain't there yet.
As long as Kirk Cousins is the quarterback, their crap's not together.
No, he got 1 year left. This is his last year if they don't extend him.
They will.
Please say they won't. They will, though.
They will.
You know that.
You know.
Man, stop it. What? Hey, y'all.
You didn't already.
Right?
We didn't already establish that quarterback they got is just somebody to come off the bench just in case. He ain't nobody that's gonna be a star.
You don't know that. That's what the preseason.
Technically, we do know that. The preseason is for busters who's trying to make the team, according to Adrian Peterson. he said he already got his spot, so he don't need to play.
Good old Aaron Rodgers.
That's your boy.
That ain't my boy.
Them Jets gonna win that AFC East.
Y'all don't want to think that he gonna do something. I'm telling y'all, when he disappoints y'all, I want y'all to come back.
You think? Look,
was right.
We know Mac Jones ain't that deal. Tua's injury prone, so you're basically saying that Aaron Rodgers is gonna lose the AFC East to who? Nobody's scared of Josh Allen with what's his name with an attitude because he doesn't throw him the ball enough. Stephon Diggs. With no running game, they got Singletary, but they don't use him enough. And they got they got Dalvin Cook's little brother, James Cook.
It's all. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you a story about a magical quarterback that's top 5 every year. They thought he was one piece. They thought there was one piece away, and ever since then, they ain't been back. That team is the Minnesota Vikings.
What's that got to do with the Jets winning the AFC East?
Because they think they one piece away with Aaron Rodgers, and y'all.
Well, technically they are now because Aaron Rodgers is gone. Detroit's half their team is suspended, and they ain't giving Justin Fields no pieces. So the Vikings actually might win the NFC North.
We probably win by default like last year. What are we talking about here?
Yeah.
It was by default. And guess what happened when we got to the playoffs?
Lost. And I'm still not scared of Russell Wilson, Quail. I'm actually less scared of him than I am Josh Allen.
Listen, Russell Wilson is that guy. Now he's gonna show y'all next year.
Yo, we're gonna see too.
How about we make a healthy bet? Who's gonna be better, Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson?
Wow.
Damn.
To be fair, Aaron Rodgers. I don't know. I was about to say Aaron Rodgers is in a tougher division, but maybe it's about even. Because over in the West, all you got is Kansas City and the Chargers, and then over in the East, you got the Jets and the Bills. So, because ain't nobody scared. Because ain't nobody scared of the Raiders, and ain't nobody scared of Denver. What, OJ?
I said, why y'all sleeping on the Raiders?
Them Raiders ain't gonna do nothing. OJ, shut up.
Come on, man.
Who do they even? Oh, they got Garoppolo, and you don't even like Jimmy G. While you playing? What do you mean sleep on the Raiders? You don't even like Garoppolo, OJ.
But they were 6-11 though this year. So don't you think Garoppolo adds at least 2 or 3 more wins, right? As a quarterback compared to
how many of them games did David Carr play? Because Quail says he sucked. So how many of those games did David Carr actually play?
You know what? I don't know that. Let's see.
Mm-hmm. He played all of them.
No, he didn't. He got benched in like week 10 and went home.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Big. Say that again one more time. He played all of the games, Cliff.
He got benched in the week 10, I think it was. Yeah.
But y'all think this man is good. Eric, I'm sorry. This man is trash. Don't know Coach bitch. First off, let's see. Did Russell Wilson get benched?
Nope.
That's only because they had nobody to bench him for.
They had backup.
Russell Wilson,
They
they
had
gave
backup.
him all the money.
So you still could have been like, just to send a message that, hey, we can bitch anybody right now if they playing bad.
Ain't nobody above a benching.
OJ and the current owners wouldn't do that. Now I would. If you suck, you suck. I don't care if you're getting paid all the money or not. Sit down.
Right. You're done. Sit your ass.
That ain't the way today's NFL works. So.
And they got to coddle feelings.
Mm-hmm.
My feelings.
Go ahead and take them feelings to the bench.
That's why they traded Amari Cooper, because he hurt Dak's feelings.
With Black Kirk Cousins.
Amari cool because they couldn't afford to pay him. Well, Jerry didn't want to pay him. That's what it was.
And he hurt Dak's feelings. You think Dak was going to throw him the ball if he stayed there because he called him Black Kirk Cousins?
It is an insult. You'll never live that one down. Oh my goodness. That is hilarious. Every time I hear it, the Black Kirk Cousins of the NFL. Yeah. And I like Dak, man. That's my boy, man. Dang, he wrecked.
Don't do it like that. Don't do him like that.
Hey, Quill, do you think that Dak's a better quarterback than Russell Wilson?
Me?
Today's standards, yes.
What's the measurement? What's your grade? What's your grade though? How are you
right now?
Yeah, right now.
Right now, yes. Dak Prescott's better. However, I mean, Dak ain't went to no Super Bowl. They won.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of how much Russell Wilson didn't do that much in that Super Bowl, it was all the defense. But he still went. And he went again and was stepping up during that season. When he went again, except he threw that boneheaded play that crushed everything. He ain't been back since. Maybe that hurt him more than it hurt that
Right.
I said that 3 shows ago.
Yeah.
I said that.
That did something to him psychologically. Because he knew he should have did like Montana said. Forget that coach.
Change the damn play at the line. What he gonna do? Be mad? He'll be mad with a Super Bowl ring in his hand, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
But he was young back then. He was like only 24, 25, and he wanted to do what the coach said so he could be on his good side, yada, yada, yada. You know how the story goes.
That play is it was worse, but it's kind of the equivalent to the Vikings with Denny Green them going into overtime, taking a knee with 2 timeouts left and 31 seconds with the number one offense. It's kind of the equivalent. Like, we just knew they were about to march downfield with Carter, Moss. You had Smith in the backfield, all these dudes, man. You had all these people, and I knew that they were going to hand it off to beast mode on the damn goal line, touchdown.
So you thought?
Yeah, I was shocked.
I bet you if they would have thrown just one play to Randy Moss, he would have made it all the way, right?
Shit. He was doing it the whole season, and nobody was stopping.
He had that kind of talent, and they were playing against the Falcons. Man, please, come on.
Right.
In
fact, he had already ran 2 touchdown bombs anyway that game. If memory serves me correct. So it's like, why would this be?
I've never heard a crowd boo as loud as the Vikings fans did that day when they took that knee.
Yeah.
I got to go back and hear that.
That was loud.
Bad.
They were. And that was in the Metrodome too, and it was loud in there. So
it was echoing. Yeah, I'm like, whoa, pissed them folks off. Yeah, nobody thought they were going to be taking a knee like that. Heck no.
All right, so let's. I've been waiting to find the third one, and this is it right here. So, OJ, I don't want to hear your mouth. Just shut up and vote. What's worse? A, the Vikings taking a knee with 33 seconds with the number one offense going 15-1. B, Russell Wilson throwing instead of handing it off to beast mode to go into the end zone. Or C, San Antonio taking Tim Duncan out to let Ray Allen hit that 3. Nope. I told you I'm not letting that go. I just want to know where they rank at. What's first? What A, B, or C? What's worse?
Russell Wilson. And then I would say the Heat play that you just dread all the time. And then the third one would be the knee.
What about you, Quail? Where do you rank them?
Yeah, the worst is definitely the pass, only because the other times there was no way that te- the team could come. Like, this was it. The game was over. It's over. Um, I mean, even if Ray Allen had missed, somebody else could have got a rebound, lucky shot, threw it up. Like, we've seen just crazy, crazy stuff. But that on the 1 yard line, come on.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't nothing, there's now if you miss a, I don't know, if you miss a point blank, that would be the equivalent of somebody dribbling down the court, LeBron dribbling down the court. He has a layup to win the game. There's nobody around and he misses it. He tries to lay it up. He doesn't dunk it like he usually does. He tries to lay it up and misses it and the clock runs out. Game over. That's the equivalent. Because there ain't no way. Now Beast Mode could have got the ball and fumbled. Maybe. But highly unlikely. Highly unlikely.
Yeah, it ain't even a question for me. The worst is Super Bowl on the 1 yard line with Beast Mode.
Right.
Heck no, that is absolutely the worst, man.
Mm-hmm,
Come on, man. That's like, oh, okay, you got Jordan in the court seconds of the game. You're going to take it out of his hand, tell Dennis Rodman to shoot it? Come on, man. No. Hell no. Hell no.
Hey, time out. Get in here. Dennis, I want you to take the ball up the
I mean, bro, that was
Coach,
just
are you sure?
here.
I'm sure. Shut up, Jordan.
Feeling Jordan would
Well,
have been going to blow.
Dennis getting the last shot. I ain't shot all game. I got 20 rebounds, though.
Yeah, I got 20 rebounds. I need a
They're
shot.
never going to expect it. They're never
Well.
going to expect it, Dennis. This is your time.
Well, y'all know where I rank. To me, the San Antonio taking Tim Duncan out is the worst because Ray Allen shooting a three back in those days was butter. He could make that shot with his eyes closed.
Yeah.
Number two for me is the Vikings because you throw that ball up to Randy Moss, it's a touchdown. Period. Game
That's
over.
my
No
two.
overtime.
Yep.
None.
That's,
And then of
that's
course
my
Beast
number
Mode. I just it's probably a tie between that and the San Antonio one because, like y'all said, 1 yard line, money. I mean, that's just money. I mean, you just
Here's
can't.
the thing, though. You rank that lower, but the Vikings had a chance to come back in overtime.
No, they didn't because back then,
Right.
first points won.
Oh, that's right.
true.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then you
about
could
that.
have stopped them. Then what I'm saying is, there's no on the
still a
1 yard
chance.
line. It's over.
There's no chance.
It is,
Yeah,
but at the
nobody
same
has
time,
no
the
chance.
Vikings got the ball in the first half, and dude missed the field goal.
I know, but that's not. But you still have a chance. If he missed
Right.
it with no time left, and they were up by 1, that's different.
True,
missed it
but
with
if
no
you throw
time
it up to
left, up by
Moss
1.
and he gets behind the defense, you don't even go to overtime.
I know, but you still got a chance. Is what I'm saying. If you still got a chance, you can't rank it as high because you have a chance still, and you blew it.
You still got time on the clock, right?
You still got some time and things can happen. During that time, there's nothing that could happen. Nothing. It's over. The game is over. They literally could have took a knee for 3 downs and gave it to Beast Mode to run it in. And nobody could have done anything. Quarterback sneak. Throw it, put the ball over the line. Something.
But it wasn't that he missed. It was that when he missed, he had made it all year.
Yep, that is
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
OJ has a
First
point.
miss.
He had
Yeah.
never missed all year. Even in the game, he hit 2. And then
Yeah.
the overtime, he missed it. And it was a chip shot, too. It was like a 32-yarder.
Right. I didn't put that on the kicker, though. I did not. It was on that damn team and the coach. Y'all had all game. There shouldn't even be a question. The Dirty Birds? Seriously? Man, please.
But that's why
Yeah.
he took a knee. He put his head on laid his head on his defense, and he had a kicker that had missed all
But
year.
there's no reason to take a knee when you got 2 timeouts left, 33 seconds, you're on your 28 or something like that, and you got the number 1 offense. It's not like if that was Atlanta, you was switching. put Atlanta in that situation. You think they're taking a knee? Hell no, they're going downfield. Same thing with Bill Belichick. You put any coach in there, come on, man. The Vikings decided to take a knee. What the hell for? You're at home too? Nah, man, that's just bad.
I'm just gonna tell you what my coach used to tell me, because he always liked to run the ball. This is what he said about passing. When you throw the ball, there ain't but 3 things can happen, and 2 of those are bad.
Are y'all gonna give LeBron his props now, since he brought a team from 2-10 to the Western Conference Finals?
Jordan never did that.
Warriors
he never
record.
Had to. He never had to. Shit.
Hey, he always had the pieces. That's good. Why he always had the pieces, right? Warriors record against the West in the playoff series under Kerr, 19-1. Celtics franchise record when leading 2-0 in the playoffs, 42-1. LeBron gave him both of his losses. Game, baby. Go James.
Y'all make it sound like Chicago just plucked people that were already producing and just stuck them in the system.
They didn't do that.
No. They developed. Well, they plucked, but they developed them. Boys.
What about, they plucked and developed. Yeah, get Golden State up out of here. They're
done. They're done. I'm really curious to see what they're going to do next year. I'm curious to see what they're going to do. Well, they got Poole. They're not going to. He's staying, of course. They just signed him.
I don't know. I think that Golden State might actually, I think they might blow that up. I think the only people that's safe on that roster is probably Thompson, Clay, and Steve Kerr. I think everybody else is suspect, maybe Looney or Mooney, whatever his name is. But I think everybody else is subject to trade.
Kevon Looney, yeah,
because he's young.
Yeah, I would trade him.
Yeah, I keep Looney, but I definitely get rid of Draymond, Poole, Peyton, that they should have never traded for back in. They probably won't get rid of him because they just got him back. But Poole, I would definitely. Poole and Draymond, I would definitely put them on the top of the block.
Poole ain't got no trade value now.
I was about to say that. Yeah, who won't want him with that contract? He do that, yeah.
I don't know. He might be rejuvenated in Phoenix. No.
Minnesota will take him. They take him.
For real. They'd be stupid enough to trade for something like that. Yup, they sure would.
Don't do that.
You know it's true, Quill. Stop playing. Right. So let's go back to the NBA real quick.
That just made me mad, man.
Tony, do you think if Boston doesn't win the title this year that they'll break their team up? I mean, because they've been together for this long and they ain't been doing nothing, right? So, I mean...
Yeah, you gotta change something up. You didn't have that squad this long, and if you still can't do it...
Especially when you change coaches and, you're still doing what you're doing, so...
Right, yeah, I think they do. I think these trade rumors ain't there for nothing, so I think, unfortunately, I like Brown. I would take him. But I'll bet you they get rid of Brown before they ever get rid of Tatum.
Yeah, wherever Brown goes to, they're gonna shine. I mean, because Brown is not the one that should be traded. Tatum is. No. I really don't get this upside thing, because to me they do the exact same thing, except Brown has better defense.
Miami made me a believer. Shit. Well, I don't know if it's so much that they make me a believer, but I believe in them more than I do Tatum, because I don't know, dude, man, to be the all-star of that squad, he leaves his team in some precarious positions.
I don't trust Tatum either, but Quayle has a point. When Tatum doesn't show up, others do, and I just think that Miami doesn't have a bench as deep as Boston, so we'll see what happens. Plus, Miami doesn't really have a true big man, and Boston has 2, so they got Horford and Williams, so we'll see what happens.
We're seeing this is a playoffs of depth. And who can stay healthy?
Yep.
Really.
With a little bit of luck sprinkled on top.
Questions, concerns, want to correct something we said? Email us at coast@stiritup.com. That's STURITUP.com. Until next time, for me and the boys, thanks for joining us.